Join me in an afternoon of plant chores. Let's get started. Let's get started with the plants in front of me. As you can see, we have some dead leaves that I need to clean up, so which will be put into compost. So let me think about how I'm gonna, what's the best way to do this. Maybe I'll bring all the plants here. Let's cut off any of the dead leaves or flowers, and then I can take them to the shower, I think, and I'm going to give them a thorough watering and fertilizing in the shower. And then we can, while they're in the shower, we can clean off the surfaces. I think so. Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. So we do have my orchid. You can see it is full of dead leaves. So I have my scissors and my clippers, and I have an alcohol soaked cloth that I can reuse. So I'm going to clip off the dead stalks, and I see some webbing. Could be spider mites, or could just be natural spider webbing. I'm not sure. But yes, that actually brings me to the point. I'm actually going to do some treatment as well. So when I came back, my alocasia had spider mites. So I immediately did a wash of all the leaves, and I sprayed it with my neem oil mix. So I think we have some traveling spider mites, and you can usually see this better in the sun. So let's give this a clip off all this dead spikes. I'm actually going to wash the butterfly clips as well, so keep these all handy. And let's remove all of these as close as I can to the base of the spikes. Good, that looks okay. We have a dead flower, but the spike seems to be still okay. Yeah. Okay, so this one is done. It's not pretty. So we'll take that to the shower, as well as all of my butterfly clips to give those a wash. I'm gonna actually just move all the dead debris off to the side, and I can put this in compost. And I need to make sure that I've done my scissors in between to make sure that I'm not transferring anything over to a plant that is not infected. So this is my Hoya Crimson Queen, my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Queen that is in water. And time for a pot up, but that will be another video, so you can stay tuned for that. So that one looks okay. Actually, I will still take the plants to the shower for a good wipe down. This is my other orchid, and we have a new spike that's coming, a new flower spike that's coming. And so hopefully you can see there. And look at the roots coming at the bottom. So there it is. And so let me clip off this dead flower spike. I'm gonna keep the other one on. I'm just gonna get rid of this one, and I will clip it down right at the base as close as I can get. Maybe I'll use shears. Right, so that's good. this has been growing really well for me is to, let me clip just the tip of this leaf off. Oh, just break it off. Any spider mites there? No, but it will need a watering. Okay, let's see what else we have. Another orchid with, let's remove these dead leaves and let us remove this dead spike as well. Good, and this will take to the shower as well. And this needs my other orchid. And same thing, butterfly clip, which I'm gonna clip, take them all to the shower to give them a good wash. Well, just sometimes I've actually experienced some pests that were inside the clips, so you want to make sure that you clean those up as well. There's another dead flower spike. And I'll just cut this part of the leaf off. And that. Good. It's mostly my orchids that are struggling a bit right now. Well, not most. Actually, I have some other. Ooh, I'm getting some new growth on my Paphiopedilum. Let's see if you can see right there. But let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of these. There's an old flower spike, some browning leaves. And maybe this yellow one too, we'll get rid of. Get rid of this one. I'll just cut it back halfway. Okay. And now I'm thinking, let me get a compost bag so I can put these directly. Let's just shove these. So my light is going behind the sun. What I might do, let me just get some more lights here. Okay. What else do we have here? I think that's about it for that. Oh, to the shower. And I actually keep my orchids in the catch pots when I'm watering it so that it can sit in the water for, 10 to 15 minutes, which helps to really saturate the orchid bark or the substrate, which is usually a chunky mix. So I haven't had any problems. So we take these all to the bathtub and then we can, join the plants in the bathroom. Then there are some orchids. That don't need any pruning, but they will eventually need a repot. They're still in the moss, but in the meantime, I'm going to give them a water, and then we can join me for another video when I do all my repots. Hopefully, all in one sitting. Just get it done and out of the way. Actually, this orchid needs a bit. I need just to clip off the flower spike, the dried flower spike. Okay. So I'll take these to wash. This is my other path from the bedroom. Fertilize with the Miracle-Gro Orchid Plant Food Mist. I found another orchid, so let me actually clip off the dead flower spike, and then I'll take that to the back. Need some dead roots. This is dead as well. When I repot this, I will clean up the dead roots, but you can see there is a flower spike coming in there. So let's take this one to the bathtub. While I'm here, I'm actually also going to wash out some of the pots right there, just in case any dirt goes in. So let's give these water. Let me take these plants to the bathtub as well and give them a thorough water and wipe down all of the dirty leaves. And then before we do that, I'm going to need to take the orchids out of the bathtub. I usually just lay down a towel on the table to absorb any water before I put them on the windowsill. I find that if I put them on the windowsill when they're still wet, there is mildew that will come underneath the surface of the pot. So there is some mildew there now, so I want to give it a good wipe down, and I just usually use some vinegar, water, and just wipe it down with a cloth. So let's go do that. So let's wipe all this down. This is a tray that I use for the orchids, and you can see there is some mildew that gets on the windowsill, so I'm going to give this all a wipe down and let it dry, and before I place the plants back there. This is not Mrs. Meyer's cleaner. It's just a bottle that I'm using where I put vinegar, and mostly vinegar, like 75% vinegar and water. So I'm just going to spray the windowsill down with this and just using a reusable cloth. I'm actually going to take the rocks as well and give these a good wash. And actually, while we're here, let me cut this one back, and I may need to treat it again. This is my fried egg, alopecia fried egg that had spider mites when I came back. Seems to be doing better now. Right, so that's good. Okay, yeah, looks better. I'm gonna take these all to the kitchen sink to wash. Down it's the orchid sitting in the water. Pour this water back into the plant and give that a wash out. You can see the roots are nice and green, so it's fully absorbed the water. I've sprayed them. I will just wipe down. So I need to fertilize my other plants. This is fertilizer that I've already mixed. The fertilizer that I use is the 10-52-10 water soluble fertilizer with micronutrients. So this, I take maybe a quarter of a scoop, quarter to half a scoop, and mix it in this 4-liter jug, and I shake it up, and this is what I use to fertilize my plants. I don't use this fertilizer for the orchids, but I will use this fertilizer for everything else. So let's go water my other plants and fertilize those ones that are in the bathroom. I'll be right back. There is some algae in the bottom of this cup, so I am going to give it a good wash. And then, so, all clean. This is something, me watering my plants like this is something that I don't do every time I water. I'm just doing this kind of as a catch-up and maintenance and cleanup from the plants while I was away. So this is just kind of like, maybe I do this 3 or 4 times a year. Yeah, so let's finish bringing all these over. And then I want to water, or I want to care for all the plants here as well on the little white table that I need to clean up and care for, and also the plants on the TV stand. And you can see there's a bunch of dead leaves on my neon pothos, so I need to clean that up. And yeah, and then there's another marble queen pothos on the other side, and there's my big tall Dieffenbachia that has a dead leaf that I need to clip back, but also I probably will take that to the shower and give that a good wash down and water and fertilize. And then there's some more plants on top of that bookshelf, which I will probably take to the shower as well, so that I can wash those leaves. And there's more hanging plants there. All right, so I'm going to move my alocasia fried egg away from the rest of these plants because this had spider mites. I'm not sure, it only had 1 treatment, so I want to make sure that I don't get my other plants contaminated. So I'm just going to move this back to the windowsill. So this is my Hoya polynera that is no longer. So let's actually put this in the compost. Are quite intertwined with the substrate, so I'm just gonna put it all in the compost. And we can wash out the pot and use that. And the label, I don't know why I like to keep the labels for plants, my former plants that I no longer have. Let's clean this all up. I'm gonna clip this back, see what needs watering. Philodendron glad hands. What I want to do is I want to bring these 2 petioles, clip them in, right, and then there's some new growth there. I don't know whether or not this one needs watering. It still feels quite heavy. And there is still water in there, so I am not going to water this one, but I'm going to just remove it so that I can wipe down the shelf. Then we have my forgetii, which I think is okay too for now. That looks okay. Let's clip these, and let's give this a clip. Just clip off the dry end there. I think this is okay. It doesn't need any water. Silver blush. Let's remove these dead ones. And there's, so I'll put this back. Pot. This is my Florida Ghost. that I think is all intertwined here. So let's see. And what I may do, I actually may think about chopping this up at some point, repotting, but it has some, yeah, still in the cup that it came in. This one needs a bit of water, my Florida Ghost, so let me take this one to the shower. Beauty. It's looking good, but it does need some water, so I will take this to the shower as well. Monstera, my Thai Constellation. I don't think needs water. It does need a repot. You can see the roots there. Yeah, so it doesn't need any water, but I want to wash all of the leaves down. So this is the newest leaf. Isn't that pretty? So nice. Let's see. I think it's okay. Try to just wash the leaves of this one and clean out the catch pot. Alright. She's back. Looking all divine. And most of these need watering as well. So I will take all these to the shower. Take my crystals and my Mathild has a yellow leaf. This is what's left of a San Pedro and my Cystianthus. A shower for water. Water. Look how much water is in there. So this is good. It does need watering, but I do need to empty out all the water. And this needs to be removed. Here. And this is in a self-watering pot, and it is completely empty. So let's give this a good water as well. The leaves are really kind of pliable. My Emeraldii, this is the oldest leaf one. It's dying back, so let's give this, might be some new growth happening there, but yeah. This needs some watering. Oh, my other orchid, this is my Cymbidium Sweetheart. So let's get rid of all of that. And let's cut these. Let's cut this off. Yeah. My oxalis, let's remove all of these. These can just, we could just pull these out. They dry up, they remove quite easily. So I don't think this one needs watering. I watered it, I believe Thursday or Friday. So, but I just want to clean that up. And go. Let's just take it off the shelf. New leaf, but there is some damage there, so probably too dry, too wet, but I want to clip this back. Get my scissors. So I'm just going to cut this off. Spot there. That leaf. Oh, there's a yellowing leaf there. So I will take this to the shower as well. And let's wipe down this table. While my other plants are in the shower, I'm gonna need to take this down, and then I'm gonna also take this to the shower and shake off all of the dead leaves. So I'm just going to get a step stool or chair. I need to take this out of here. This. Ready? This is all my fault. Should have thought that one through a bit more. Let's see what we have left. I think that's it. Oh my goodness, like. I'm gonna get rid of this one too. Wash this one out. And I can use it for these cuttings. Let's finish with day 1 and join me again for day 2 tomorrow. So now let's do the rest of the living room and clean up the rest of the plants, and then we'll move to the bedroom. Let's get started with these, and I'll move them on, and then I have to clean up all of the plants. is how it looks now. After I cut it back and gave it water and fertilized in this planter. Oh, it's finally getting a new leaf. Oh, that's good. This one, I'm just gonna get rid of. So let me take this off. Let me take these all to the shower, and water and fertilize.